What's up, everybody? This is the Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Moon square Jupiter in the natal birth chart. Let's break down the moon and what the moon is all about. The moon is about your mother, it's about your thought process, your deepest emotions, your instinctual nature, your instincts. It has a lot to do with your ancestors, your past life, your family, your home dynamics. This is the area that you're supposed to really be able to get in touch with, even though people don't even seem to be able to really get in touch with their emotions. But it does show you a different side to you. It's not like the sun where people are going to see things on the outside. It's all about the inner. So a lot of people that know you or have met you are not going to know your moon sign by just meeting you. It's going to definitely have to be somebody that knows you as far as a bond, a family member, a friend, or an intimate lover that's going to be able to see this moon sign appear. So now, Jupiter. Jupiter is all about expansion. It is the largest planet in our solar system. It has to do with blessings, opportunities, being optimistic. It's about spirituality, researching, knowledge, philosophical knowledge. It also has to do with past life karma and this life karma. So now, the square. Anytime you see a square in between two planets, it's definitely going to mean that there is conflict. So it's going to be a difficult aspect to deal with in your life. It's going to be a storm for you. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be frustrating, aggravating, and agitating. So now the square is very similar to the opposition. It's similar to the conjunction. The difference is anytime you have a square, it means that the two planets are going to be in two different signs that don't quite get along, don't quite see eye to eye. If it's in an opposition, it's in completely different opposite signs. It's opposite polarity going on. So you're looking at things from an opposite standpoint. If it is a conjunction, the conjunction means it's in the same exact sign. And this can go two ways. It can play out in a destructive way, a difficult way, or it can be balanced at times. If you have a sector or a trine in between these two planets, it's going to mean that it's easy flowing, very harmonious, and it's going to balance it out very well. So it's not going to be a struggle in your life, not to that full extent. Okay, these things will play out, but it's going to be like you can seem to quite manage it very well. So we could jump into this tonight. Anybody that has a moon square Jupiter in their natal birth chart or know somebody with it, this video is for you. And if you're just breezing through just to get a little knowledge and understanding, this video is for you also. So now these men and women will enjoy a happy life and a public life as far as popularity. So these men and women right off the rip are going to automatically be able to make friends. People are going to be drawn to them. People are going to like them. They're going to see them as being very kind, very generous, very giving. People are going to flock to them. They are also going to flock to people also because it's just in their nature. Very sociable men and women. In relationships, these men and women are very much focused, and their main focus in their life is going to be experiencing relationships on the utmost level. They want to be able to interact with people. They want to be able to get to know people on that deep level. They do. This is what they want. But their relationships are going to be very much in turmoil. Okay, they're going to experience turmoil, disappointments, a lot of chaotic situations in this same exact area that they so much desire peace and harmony. They do seek this out. They need that balance. But for some reason, they keep drawing out disappointing situations time after time. and they want to live life up to their fullest. They want a beautiful home, a beautiful car. They want to be able to go on trips, see the world. They are big about culture, eating, drinking, anything that has to do with having a party, family gatherings, barbecues, any kind of get togethers you could think of, these men and women love. They also will experience challenging and changeable moods. They will have mood swings. So it's definitely going to be ups and downs for them, highs and lows for them. They will experience this throughout their lifetime. Okay? Now, with this placement, this is a difficult placement to have because it does have a lot to do with overdoing things, overindulgent. It has a lot to do with overspending. So these men and women do need to get a grip on life, get a grip on their finances so that their finances are not ultimately depleted because they can be very overly generous, overcompensating for the lack of whatever's going on in their world, in their life. They can just overdo certain things, just wanting to go out and get their hair done all the time, get their nails done all the time. If it's a woman, if it's a man, he might want to go get Timbs and sneakers, Jordans, make sure he got a new belt, make sure he got a new, and you don't even need these damn things. You just think you need them. Or you see it and you like it and it's just pleasing to the eye, so you're like, fuck it, I'm going to get it. And then you look back on your funds and you're like, damn, did I really have to do that? Okay, can also do the same damn thing with food. Could go out to a restaurant, spend a whole bunch of damn money. The food wasn't even all what you thought it was going to be. And now you're sitting here like, I could have made the same shit at home. It would have tasted better. I would have had more and things like that. So they go back and forth and they struggle with things like this throughout their whole damn life. Until they come to a realization where they can manage their money better and really figure out and discern and decipher who deserves this and who does not deserve it, because they are so willing to step up to the plate almost in a sacrificial kind of way. They can see somebody in need, see somebody needs help, and they can be like the rescue person here to help. They really do need to exercise saying no a lot of times when they know that they absolutely cannot do it. They have a hard time with saying no. Also, with this placement, these men and women, they can be prone to scandalous relationships. So a lot of things can go on and take place in their relationships. And this can be in friendships. This can be in family dynamics. But it also can be intimate relationships. They can get involved with people that use them, dog them out, can't really bring much to the table, and when they do bring something to the table, it's still not enough, and you still have to pull back, dig back, reach back, and put and present something out to the table. So these men and women can definitely feel like they have to secure the bag. They have to be the stand-up men, the stand-up women to make sure shit'll get done the right damn way. They really need to work on self-discipline. Okay, this is not a strong point for them. They can range from so many different behaviors. Lack of control can be a challenge for them. Controlling their surroundings, making sure that they have boundaries set up, making sure that people can really understand what is going on and what is taking place. These men and women can be extravagant and need to learn how to really just bump their brakes real quick, really pause themselves from really spending recklessly. These men and women can be reckless spenders, and it can even become self-destructing to them. All right, they have self-destructive traits embedded in them. So you can definitely see these men and women a lot of times being overworkers. They can work themselves to the point where they're absolutely exhausted. They might work so damn much that to the point where when they are off, they're sleeping the whole fucking damn day away, and now it's the whole next damn day. They can also overindulge in bud, overindulge in weed, overindulge in alcohol, sex. They can be oversexed, wanting to have sex all the damn time. So what they really do need is a constructive and a productive outlet for them to just be able to feel free to use all that energy that they do have into something that's going to be beneficial to them. All right. There's nothing wrong with helping people out, being there for people, being that quote on person. But a lot of times these men and women need it for themselves. And this is the beautiful thing to know, is that they need to recognize that they really need to have their movements be a little monitored, as far as in moderation. Not monitored, but in moderation. They need to really learn self-discipline. Working on their own self-belief will be valuable, and it will really open up their eyes. It will really close down the doors on any lack of faith that they have in others and in any close relationships. So these men and women do need to figure out what it is that they strongly do believe in and take full value into it. This will be a strong awakening to them. These men and women can very well be into or drawn to church, spirituality, anything that's religious. They might even love doing astrology, be into the occult, might even want to get into a spiritual group, or just anything that has to do with group settings. Being involved in certain activities would definitely be good for these men and women, where they can feel like they're being a part of something, putting their all into something for a greater good. Moon square Jupiter, men and women in general are very loving, warm, embracing spirits. They want to really just see people in a beautiful light, but we all know that everybody's not a beautiful damn person. So with this placement, they do need to be more alert, be more cautious, be aware of the people that's being presented and placed into their life. Some people do need the help. Some people absolutely need your help. And some people are here to take. Some people are not here for you. Okay, so you have to open up your goddamn eyes. All right, men and women. Another thing, they want everyone and everybody, okay, to really just be a kind spirit and be a kind soul. And unfortunately, that's not the case. That's not what's going on in this world. Everybody's not kind. All right. There is a danger with this placement, and it is overdoing things. Okay, overdoing things for people time after time, overextending yourself. All right. They have a sparkling nature where people will always want to invite them to parties and events. Okay, they can be the life of the parties. They can be the people that can get a party started. They might be great cooks. They might cook for a party. They might be good hosts and hostesses. They prefer to follow their instincts and emotional messages. You may be reluctant to listen to your intellect. Okay, this is exactly why I say these men and women need to really pull back and regroup. Okay, it's as far as your emotional nature, it's nothing wrong with going off of your instincts and how you feel. Okay, because I do that a lot of times. But you do have to use the intellect, because you have to use both. It's not just one. You see what I'm saying? But these men and women can definitely, from time to time, use their instincts and their emotional messages. Okay, and be reluctant to go off of what they should be thinking about. And it's not that they don't think. It's just that they ignore it, dismiss it, and just go off of how they're feeling for the moment. All right? These men and women, they need to adapt and make realistic approaches to situations. So if you see that there's a situation that is not so good, or it doesn't seem quite clear, or you're unsure, you definitely want to sit back and analyze the situation. You're going to have to use that mental capacity to really figure out what you're going to do on the matter. Make sure that what you're going to do is going to be okay for you, and you don't feel like you're coming up empty and dry as far as your pocket, as far as your soul. Because even though it's your pockets, it can start fucking with your soul if it keeps happening to you, because you're going to end up feeling like people are using your damn ass. Also, with this placement, being over generous can leave you bankrupt. All right? Feeling like this is unbearable, feeling like this is too much for you to handle, feeling like you just want to just break away and break free from all of this kind-giving nature that you have. So now, no matter what goes on in your life, you don't want to change who you are. You just want to change who you're doing it for, if that's the case. And that's the only thing. You see what I'm saying? They can go bankrupt for somebody that they think is the love of their life. All right? Overspending, being overly generous, just constantly giving the gifts out, constantly making sure that they're okay, they're good. And in return, these men and women can definitely have partners that will give them gifts and give them things also. Okay? But these men and women are going to do it more. Okay, so now what ends up happening is, what can very easily happen is that your partner can do a couple of things over here, but you're doing the bulk of things. It doesn't discredit your partner for what they are doing. Okay, but you need to realize and pull back, because even if your partner is not using you and truly loves you, this can still fuck with your finances, fuck with y'all finances, because you feel like you have to step up and do some extra shit, buy that extra outfit, the extra hat, those extra shoes, or making sure they have this, they have that, they have bud, whatever the case may be, they got weed, making sure all the drinks is there. So these men and women do need to pump the brakes. Okay? These men and women, they do have an independent spirit and soul. And they may not feel the need for much interaction with others at times. So they can go back and forth between being introverted and extroverted. Sometimes they can feel like they want to be surrounded by a whole bunch of people. And sometimes they feel like they just want to be withdrawn and pulled back and just be chilling at the crib. Sometimes they feel like they want to be surrounded by people in a crowd, but these are the same men and women that can feel like they're lonely in a crowd. So with this, okay, you just need to exercise your alone time, get your alone time going on, and when you're ready to be sociable, you can be full of life. You don't have to be sociable just because somebody invited you to something, because they're always going to be invited to things. And this is the issue and the problem, because a lot of times with these men and women, because they are very popular, people always want them around. Sometimes when they do say no, people get upset with them, people get annoyed with them, because they're so used to them saying yeah. So now that becomes the issue and the problem, and that's exactly what they want to avoid. They don't like the confrontation, but if you want a confrontation, they'll slap your ass the fuck up. And that's just how it is. I do have this placement. My sister has this placement. So I do know what this shit is all about, but there is balance to this. The balance is to make sure that whoever you're doing something for, make sure you're doing it for the right people. You have to be discerning. You have to learn how to decipher who deserves what and who don't deserve shit. And that's just the fucking bottom line. As far as being invited to events, okay, you're not going to be able to make every single event that happens. If people's feelings get hurt, fuck it, your feelings got hurt. Because at the end of the day, these men and women, they have to do shit on their times. They cannot overextend themselves any further than what the fuck they feel like they should. Period. And that's just what it is. No. A lot of times with displacement, there can be friends. There can be even co-workers can get annoyed and upset with them because they invited them to things, they didn't show up, or they told them that they wasn't going to be able to make it, and they can be absolutely annoyed and disgusted with them like you're supposed to give a fuck. No, you don't give a fuck because everybody has their own world. They have their own life. They have shit they have to deal with in their day to day life. And if I couldn't make it and I told you I couldn't make it, I told your ass 4 fucking times that I wasn't going to be able to make it, why you keep on trying to apply pressure when you ain't going to be able to do it? See, learning how to say no. But with them, it's learning how to say no in advance. Okay? Don't say it later. Don't say yeah and then later say no. No. Say, once you get the information, if you cannot absolutely do it and you know that you can't, think to yourself, can you do it? And then you give them the answer. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. And that's just it. Say it from the beginning. Don't say it at the end. And that's what these men and women do have to do. Please just slow down on your spending. Okay? We know that you love beautiful things. We know you like to look nice. A lot of times what ends up happening is you spend so much damn money and you thought that you had enough. And what ends up happening with this placement is things pop up that was unforeseen. Things pop up that you didn't think was going to pop up. And when it pops up, you don't have the funds to reach back and get. So there is balance to this. Manage your money correctly. Even if you need to get a log, a journal, write down things on papers, write them over again and again if you have to do it. Okay, because financial matters is a struggle, especially with the moon square Jupiter placement. So, this has been my interpretation of the moon square Jupiter in the natal birth chart. For future videos to come, I will go into more depth into this placement. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grammy Gear at www.grammygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, his business is Steve's Handy Helpers, and you can hit him up at AronNesbitt90 at gmail.com. If you need me to analyze a birth chart for you so that you can fully understand and grasp, it will be $70. And if you need a synastry chart, composite chart, which is a compatibility chart between two individuals that are dating in love, it will be $90. So this has been a Force of Nature Spiritual Awakening. Love is love, peace, and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.